everybody. Welcome to Music and Sound Therapy, where we talk about healing and therapy using music and sound and vibration. Learn the fundamentals of music and sound therapy, also known as vibroacoustic therapy, and the true science behind it. Learn the hows and whys of why most practitioners today are doing it wrong and failing at it. Learn how to avoid the common traps and pitfalls based on conspiracy theories, bad information, and self-described New Age gurus. Become your better self today, a more relaxed self, a more confident self, an awake, alert self, a self with improved memory and cognitive functionality, the self you always aspire to be. Awaken your inner self and discover the best of you still sleeping inside you. Start your music and sound therapeutic journey today. Sign up for the free Sound Science newsletter, where we all start off with learning the sound of silence, a series of breathing techniques that become the foundation for all the others to follow. Find out why today. Subscribe now. Okay, guys, now that we got that out of the way, today I'd like to talk about something that, it goes way back. This is why it's important, but the vibrational healing powers of a cat's purr. A lot of people talk about it. A lot of people own cats. A lot of people say they're evil. A lot of people say they have magical healing powers. What's really going on here? So let's go ahead and look into the mystery behind the vibrational healing powers of a cat's purr. And I think we'll find some very interesting things indeed. So it seems most forms of entertainment want to paint those that own cats as being primarily lonely people that live a life of solitude and loneliness, with the cat being their source of companionship that psychologically replaces the true loneliness deeply rooted in the subconscious, while others wear it on their sleeve. In other words, some people hide their loneliness and they use dogs, cats, what have you, to have a companion in life. Others, they wear their loneliness on their sleeve. For millennia, felines have been revered by many cultures dating back to the beginnings of recorded history itself. And while I could give you a history lesson on the history of cats, right? That's not really what we want to do in the how and when, and they migrated across the planet. The fact is, I don't really care. As current history seems to have huge holes, gaps, fallacies, and outright mis- and disinformation, all with the sole purpose of pushing their own agenda, whatever that may be. So my agenda is to just discuss the facts without having any preconceived ideas or notions about the subject at hand, to approach it from a rational, scientific angle, and to make my own conclusions based on my prior knowledge and reasoning. And I suggest everyone listening or watching do the same. Make up your own mind using your own research and your own independent thought process and knowledge. Okay, let's get down to business. As anyone who has already done their basic research will tell you, cats purr in the frequency range of 25 Hz to 150 Hz. That is in comparison to a typical adult male who ranges between 80 Hz and 160 Hz. And an adult female voice ranges between 165 Hz to 255 Hz. Interesting. So you can see the kitty cat's purr range is way deeper than that of either a man's or a woman's natural speaking voice range. However, that is not to say that a human can't produce higher or lower frequencies, as they can. And I do teach this in my Solfeggio therapy masterclass. So if you are interested in learning more about that, in your own personal tuning and frequency range, I can actually tell you what frequency you are by your voice, and we take it from there. Go check that out. But let's get back to this. So now, oddly enough, when one looks to the Vedic chakra system, one finds that the third eye frequency is at 144 hertz. And it seems that all animals classified as mammals, at least that we know for sure, fall into this frequency range of communication. Other species that are not mammals also fall sometimes into this range as well, sometimes not, but all of the mammals pretty much do. And this is important because it shows that no matter what our language is, right, whether it's at the root level, we all use the same frequency. And it is the frequency that animals mainly respond to, and not the actual language that we think it is. And this is why a dog will understand the person talking to them, no matter if they are speaking English, Japanese, Spanish, Russian, or whatever. So either you have the smartest dog in the world that can translate every language known to mankind, or the dog is reading the human frequency and tone of the voice. And it is this frequency that is the true nature and language of our communication between one another. But this article is not about the dogs, right? Ability to understand any human language spoken to it, but to unlock the hidden mysteries behind the cat's meow. Purr. So let's start at the beginning. No one really knows where and when cats were first domesticated. Most want to credit Egypt with that honor. And like I stated earlier, that's not my purpose to educate on that. But I would like to point out that there is physical evidence of cat statues spanning the globe that predate Egyptologist timelines. And what I do find important, and it seems there is no information about or stories regarding the house cat written in the Bible, right? They were all censored. There's a story of a lion, but none of a house cat or a domesticated cat. They just don't exist in the Bible. So why is that important to me? Well, you see, the domesticated cat was highly revered in the old world, places like Atlantis and Tartaria, and even the ancient Amazonian Empire. This reverence was a source of jealousy and contention for this newly formed monotheistic religion. And like everything else that invoked our true nature, they had to demonize it. Now, there is more to this demonization than meets the eye, literally, as you are about to find out, as the cat was not the only animal the old world cling to as well. The old world was into wyverns, dragons, snakes, as well as other reptilian species. And these were also revered in the old world. And as we all know, what St. Patrick is known for is for removing all the snakes from Ireland, yet there were no snakes on Ireland. So how does this all even relate to the healing power of the cat's purr, which is the title of this article? Well, buckle up. You are about to find out. If you were to come face to face with a wild, big game cat, such as a lion or a tiger or a panther, you would see that their eyes are like that of a dog or human, in the sense that they are round, circular. But when you look into the eyes of a domesticated house cat, their eyes are vertically slit. Why is that? Where have we seen this type of eye structure before? Now, I don't know about you, but I see this type of eye structure all the time in reptiles, such as those revered so much by the Anunnaki, the Atlanteans, the Tartarians, the Egyptians, and so many other ancient civilizations. So now when you look into the colonization by the Holy Roman Empire, you will see that one of the things they did systematically each and every time they conquer a place was to make it a symbol for all time. that they had gotten rid of the snakes. This metaphor is not the only one passed for St. Patrick's in Ireland, right? Like we mentioned earlier, but it is even eternally symbolized on the flag of Portugal, as it shows the new regime killing a wyvern and replacing it with the eagle. You will see this yet again in Mesoamerican culture, where the eagle is standing on a cactus eating a snake, again on a national flag for Mexico, letting the New World know that the ways of the old world were officially over. And as we all know, those that kept to their old world ways were labeled witches and burned at the stake and other horrible things. So one of the popes even tried killing off all the cats, and every cat. And that led to one of the worst plagues in history, as the mouse population in Europe took over. And I think that was the Black Plague. I'm not sure. You guys should look that up, but it's a real thing. And so this brings us full circle to today, where we have the most advanced technology, social engineering at our fingertips, yet so many everywhere are searching for the ways of old, the original ways we used to be. And that involves the soothing, healing sound of a cat's purr, which the lower frequency end that it has also been scientifically proven and determined to stimulate muscles and to promote bone healing. And that is official science, medical science, that you can look up and verify right here and now. So I can't say for sure why domesticated cats have vertically slit eyes when all other felines do not, yet reptiles do. I'll let you draw your own conclusions on that one. But if one is familiar with the Anunnaki reptilian statues and other from antiquity, then this might shed some light on things, as it is the Anunnaki text that talks about doing human genetic modification on mankind millennia ago. Plus, one only need to look at the modern medical symbol, the caduceus, to see the serpent symbolism as human DNA going up the spinal cord attached to a brain with wings coming off both sides, the essence of a wyvern, right? So in the end, modern man has amnesia when it comes to our old ways. And with the advent of the internet and instant communication, a lot of people will take advantage of that to push their own agenda or a false narrative. And this is even true when it comes to your health and healing. While I can't go over everything in this one tiny post, I hope the information of the domesticated house cat proved useful to you. And if it did, then please hit the like and subscribe button to spread this information to others that don't yet know about it. This is Sound Science, and I have been your host, Mark Christopher Garrett. If you are interested in healing with sound, then you might want to consider signing up to the Sound Science newsletter, giving you inside information that cannot be published on these social media sites. Learn the real truth behind the science and art of music and sound therapy and vibroacoustic therapy. I know what a lot of you are thinking, that this is not sound medical treatment, it is a therapy. And my answer to that is, you are right. I am not a licensed doctor or physician, so please go see your healthcare provider for all your medical advice. But I would like to point out that sound medical treatment uses therapy all the time, such as chemotherapy, for one. But again, use your own judgment and decision making when it comes to your body and your health. Luckily, modern science is agreeing with us, as every day more and more discoveries are being made using sound, music, frequency, and electromagnetics as its source. So next time you pet your cat and you look it in the eye while listening to it purr, one now must pose the question, are you kitty, part reptilian? And likewise, am I too part reptilian? And with that, folks, we will wrap it up. Quite interesting about the vertically slit cat's eye. The purring thing, a lot of people touch on that, and like I said, it's the deeper frequencies. If you follow my stuff in my newsletter, you'll know it's the frequency itself and not all the hocus pocus behind it. Doesn't matter whether it comes from a bowl, a cat, your own voice. I can teach you these things. So subscribe to the newsletter and join, take your journey now, right? Join the cause and take your journey today. And I, for one, find that these things have helped me and benefited me greatly throughout my entire life, which is why I decided to share it at this stage of my life. So that's about the best recommendation I can give for it. It's something I've done myself, and I stand by it. So I'll catch you guys on the next one. We've got a lot of interesting stuff coming up, especially with the Solfeggio frequencies and with the healing powers of some new technology that are coming out regarding some of this stuff, and we will touch more in depth on all of that later. So again, please hit the like, and if you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, and make sure you go and subscribe to the newsletter as well, because like I said, only inside the newsletter is where we can offer and give you the inside information that we cannot deliver on the social media platforms without getting fully banned for obvious reasons. So if you are really interested and you want to get to the nitty-gritty of why, what we do and how we do it, then you'll need to go subscribe to the actual newsletter. But by all means, subscribe to this YouTube channel, because this is where we put up the music, and the actual articles are put here with nice videos. And so they're fun to watch anyway. And I will catch you guys on the next fun to watch video. Catch you later. Bye.